Welcome, everyone. Lance Scurv X here. I wanted to give a message or share a message of appreciation for Black women, Black women, Black African women. I love you all so much. The older I get, is the more I appreciate your essence, even more so. You are the best. That's why you are the most copied, emulated, chastised, put down. There's nothing like you. You are not human. No. Not Human. You are HUE-MAN. You're not humankind. You see, those who call themselves humankind, they know exactly who they are. But you, with the richness of the melanin that you possess, it's a cosmic thing with you. It's a cosmic appreciation. It's timeless. There's something about you when you really know who you are. Many of my sisters, and I have to get this off my chest first, many of them reject who they are because of the brainwashing, of the put downs. I understand. I'm not going to get mad at you for that. I just hope that you can come out of not liking yourself as you are made and really embrace how mighty you are as the mother of all civilization. Yes, I said it. You are the mother of all civilization. And that pisses a lot of people off. And for those who don't know it and try to water themselves down to undo the blessings that they have. And the blessings are not just, and let me check my sound here. Okay, everything's good. The blessings are not just physical, because we as men, we tend to focus on that. That's a beautiful thing. From very young, I saw the difference. The physicality is tops. We understand that. But at a more mature age, I have to go deeper than that. Because on that level, you know you got this. It drives everybody crazy. But let's go a little deeper. Let's speak about your soul, your essence, your power, your sweet, delicious blackness. Many people reject us saying black and say, I'm not a color. I understand that. But space, the triple darkness of black space, the richness of black mud, you can't deny that so much has come out of those two things. You have endured so much and are under attack every single day globally. If you're not being physically attacked, as in America and other parts of the world, your mind is being attacked. And I find it funny how, while many may ridicule your features, deep down, the enemy craves you so bad because he knows, but he can't admit it. He can't admit it. And what really hurts me from our brothers is how they'll talk pro us, but deep down, and pretty much from birth, they have a whitewashed mind, and they secretly lust after everything else and crave everything else other than the ultimate woman on the planet. We have a lot of people who are mixed up that way, who claim solidarity. But listen, even if I didn't have solidarity and I'm a black man, there's nobody else for me than a black woman. You see, when I see a black woman in her essence, and this is not any disrespect to any of our sisters, it's no disrespect to my wife because she knows I love her dearly. I'm talking about the concept that I'm passionate about. When I see that black African woman, I see home. I have a sense of relief. Like, wow. Because the way the world has treated me, there's no other woman whose arms I'd rather be in when I need comfort, because she needs my strength and she can be in my arms to protect her and to love her. But what's needed at the moment when I'm beat down from the world, I am so recharged when I find myself symbolically in the arms of a black woman. Even if it's just a soothing, loving glance in public. In the past, when I may have felt drained or just recuperating from an attack, she, as a stranger, technically, may have detected something in my spirit and gave me a loving glance. Not a lust glance, but a loving glance. And that's all I needed. A knowing look from my sister, who is home to me. Right now, I'm in the eastern region of Ghana. I don't know the language here that well, the native language. I'm picking up on a few words, but I really admittedly have so much that I have had to do here that I didn't have time to really study it. But when I make eye contact with my sisters here, that's all I need to see. It's a deep-rooted connectedness and a knowing look that we can, if they don't speak good English, we can get the communication through because there's a connection at the core and an appreciation from me. And that will never die. Being around that deliciously raw essence of a black woman keeps me even more strong than when I was in America, which I received that too from my sisters there. But there's something about a woman who is uncompromised. And yes, we have a lot of women here who try to wear the blonde wigs. We have some here who try to bleach their skin because the mindset of that oppressor, their games that they play on us globally, it's working on some here. But let me tell you, when I go down in the villages and see our sisters who couldn't care less about relaxing their hair, bleaching their skin, trying to get plastic surgery to take away the beauty of their nostrils and nose. It's a wonderful thing. Those who accept themselves in the thickness of their thighs, the shape, this little waistline. And I'm saying this because there are a lot of our sisters who are definitely African in their physique, and they don't like it, some of them. They want to lose all of this weight, lose the beautiful shape of their thighs and their backside. That's a beautiful thing. It's a work of art. I'm an artist. I'm not even speaking out of lust. The same way that as an artist, I can speak about the male physique, that is a beautiful thing. And there's no sugar in my tank. But as a man, I appreciate the warmth, the sense of home, and that connectedness and that soothing care that they give in abundance. Theoretically, why would I want to impregnate anything else? Why would I want to look at something else and turn my back on what was made for me? That our electric charge together is the most powerful thing. See, Black love, Black African love, upsets those whose birth rates are dwindling. They don't want us to love each other. Let's go deep on that. They don't want our women to love us as men, as Black African men, no matter where you are on the planet. Or we can say melanated for those who want to use alphabets to divide us up. And that's the government plan in America especially. They hand out a new identity and they use a Black man to convince you that you're not this and you're not that so we can be split up. But yet, we all are suffering under the same oppressor. And he's so slick because many of us don't want to be who we are. And while I'm at it and the sun goes down, let me put on this light while we have some noise pollution going on. It's not a bright light, just to keep a little illumination as the sun goes over the side of the mountain, which it may not even affect it that much, but I'm not going to be that long. They want us pointed in every other direction other than at ourselves. They want us to try so hard to assimilate with them. And there are many of us who were raised that way, who grew up that way. Watching the TV shows of the white folks and wanting to look like them, wanting to live like them, admiring them. When there's so many of us as warriors, as men, that they're there to admire, but to deflect us. And when you're in love with yourself, they take that as an insult. And yes, there are many of our sisters who reject us and say that we're no good, say that we're lazy, say that we don't have anything going on. But I will say, looking deeper in nature, and this is for our brothers who don't understand how nature works, it was brought to my attention a different perspective, how there are many Black sisters that are not coming to us to raise families, to grow together. They're going to other men of other races. Let's just say the white man. We know it's other races, but let's say the white man. Am I saying this in a racist tone? No. I'm saying this because the conversation I had and was enlightened to the fact that in nature, most animals go for the alpha male. If you have 10 chimpanzees, male, and 10 female chimpanzees, and I'm not comparing us to monkeys, This is just a comparison to nature, which reflects on us, that there may be one male or two male chimpanzees that will get the majority of those 10 female chimpanzees because they're ruling and they're dominant and they control everything, while those other 8 chimpanzees that are male don't have it to be domineering. They don't have it to rule. So that female and all of those females are going to want to procreate with the strongest, the ones that can provide. And this Caucasian man knows this. Our sisters love us. And I'm speaking about some sisters. But when they look at who is the dominant on the planet and running things, where it all has to come around through them, when we look at it on a deeper psychological level, many of us as melanated brothers, we don't control the system. Who does? Even though those who control the system globally are the world minority. But they're going to get the majority of the attention because they have, for now, the ultimate power to rule the system. So they go for that white man. No excuses now. I'm just explaining something that was brought to my attention. And I know the overwhelming amount of women that I know, Black sisters that I know, they ain't going that way. But for those who do, that's in the back of their mind. That if we defeated this system, brothers, as we will, and we truly became the dominant force, controlling the banking, controlling the educational system, controlling the medical system, controlling the military, our military. What military do we have? See, many of us, we only hope to go high up in somebody else's system. At best, many of us try to emulate the oppressor, to look like him, not in features, but in our stance and our posture and the things that we have and the pseudo power we have in their system that they can easily take away. If they want to, they'll let some have the appearance, as long as you bow down to their will. But we have to work on ourselves. But at the same time, we have to work on our minds so that we can show and have the deep-rooted appreciation for our sisters. Because too many of us are not on point. Because, again, the beauty outside and inside that I see here without having to change yourself. The beauty of spirit, the beauty of mind. Women who have been groomed to be wives to a worthy husband, okay? They take joy in giving of themselves to the system of that household, to a husband who provides, who takes care of them, who gives them peace of mind. You see, in America, growing up, especially with the blaxploitation movies, they showed us as pimps, hustlers, drug dealers, players. And many of us as Black men, without saying it, have showed that in many cases, the only way and place we have power is the power of our penis, the power of our sex. We stand on the corner and grab our private parts. Because many of us, and I'm not talking about all of us, And it's not just the brothers on the corner either. You could be in the corporate world and you realize that you don't have true power. So many of us feel that, well, after work, I may not have decision-making capabilities, but you know what? After work, we're going to go to that after-work club. And we're going to try to pick up as many women as we possibly can because you feel that's the only place that you have power. Not all of us, but too many of us. And that goes for every example of what I said. And this is why, from what I've seen, and I proved it many years ago, with many black men who want to have the slave master's daughter as a sign of achieving something. Years ago on Craigslist is still around, but they removed the personal section, and I believe it was about 12 years ago that I did a show, and it was live, and I asked everybody to go to their particular town, their city, and search in the personal section. There's a special way of searching it to look at how many white couples were seeking out black men to have sex with the wife. And I told them, no matter where you live in this country, there's always somebody of that persuasion within walking distance of your home. And everybody, I don't care if it was some small hick town of Virginia, somewhere in Wisconsin, somewhere way off in Texas somewhere, not just the major cities, because the major cities were always going to have that type of thing going on. So I got to hold my mic a little closer because the wind is blowing, right? And they couldn't believe it. But then, in the worlds that I have observed, and I've traveled many worlds, and you all know that, there were so many black men that I saw that was so willing to fill the role of being used when subconsciously they truly wanted to be accepted by the white establishment. In any way they can get in, they were glad to do it. Even the term in these personal ads, which referred to their penis. The white couple would say, "We are looking for a well-hung black man to have an experience of being with my white wife." Look at the terminology. A well-hung black man. Well-hung. Hung. The way they used to hang us, and every now and then they still get away with doing it to this day. And so many of the brothers didn't mind that terminology because they wanted to get the master's wife. On the plantation, many of the slaves, or those who were enslaved, they lusted after the white woman. They didn't see her body. She was always covered with a long skirt. And when she passed by, you better not even look at her ankles. If the wind blew the skirt up that high, you better not look at the white woman's ankles. That made it even more of a forbidden fruit. So on the plantation, you had your sisters. They were with you in the struggle. They comforted you at night. You had children with them. Oftentimes the families were ripped apart. We had a bond. But in the back of your sick mind, you wanted the power that the white man had as the slave master. And you wanted to feel that power by getting between the white thighs of that white woman. Even if it meant risking your life. And it's already proven how so many of them would watch you from their mansions. You out there toiling on the field, sweating, abdominals cut up, muscular. A physical specimen that her husband couldn't compare to. And when you invited that enslaved black man into your home, he didn't know why you were calling him. And he got to see inside the house because, he was out in the field. He wasn't one of the ones who was a house person, let's say it that way. And when she told you what she wanted, and your heart was beating because you were thinking about life or death, and you went ahead and did it anyway. And if she got caught, she would say that you tried to violate her. The R word that we can't say on this platform. And what happens today? They'll invite you into their bedrooms at night or the backseat of their cars or somewhere in your neighborhood in a cheap hotel. But she can't be seen with you all the way. Now, they say today is a different day, that you can do whatever you want to do, but the roots run deep with the psychological foolishness that we go through. I don't have a taste for the oppressor's daughter. Never have, never will. I love my sisters so much. You are home to me. I love you. I feel your pain. I understand you, even when you don't understand yourself. Those who are wayward and out of their mind, like Serena and Venus Williams, who I could imagine from young being teased, and especially all these years online being called a man and ugly and all of this. Look at her now, trying to lose weight and degrade herself to fit in a role that she was never born to be in. What was more beautiful than Serena in her original state? But she didn't realize that because of the conditioning of her mind. And so now she's with someone else who wouldn't be with her unless she was the superstar that she is as far as her tennis career, and the same thing for Venus. See, they snatch the best of us at bargain basement prices because we sell ourselves so cheap. Because many of us, male and female, but in this case I'm speaking about Serena and Venus, they don't realize their value. They don't realize the power of their melanin. They don't realize who they are. But I understand. It's very complex and deeply rooted with us. And we've got to look within ourselves and be brutally honest and truly align ourselves back properly with who we are and loving ourselves, because the self-hate runs deep, 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 deep. That a black woman would have to put on a blonde wig as a sign of submission to the so-called dominant culture, to not be perceived as a threat. I'm gonna change myself. I'm gonna lose weight. I'm gonna try to be that skinny white woman for you. The beauty that you have inside and out, deactivating the melanin that you have. We need you at full force now. All of us need to vibrate in full force in who we're supposed to be. They're splitting us up, whether FBA and ADOS and descendants of slaves and rainbow and trans and bi and gay and where everything else, and they always push us as the poster boy and the poster girl for all of these divisions. Oh, you're African and I'm not. I ain't got nothing to do with no Africans. They want you to think that, so you don't get your hands on the resources over here like they're doing and exploiting you. because you want to be them. Sisters, those of you who know who you are, who love yourself, I love all of you, but I have a special place in my heart for you. Because when I see you, I don't have to know you. I can see you walking down the street, but I can see your essence, and that makes me stronger. Let's go back to who we are. Let's wash off and brush off this mental foolishness that's been put in our head for us to not love each other. We have a problem in the Black community, in the African community, of not having unity. And that was something done to us over centuries. And it may take that amount of time to undo it. It may not happen in my lifetime, but we have to keep talking this way to realize that that is an option on the menu of our future. That's how I vibrate from young. That's how I've been made. That's how I see it. That's my root. That's what my parents showed me through the love that they have for each other. And I say love that they have. They've both transitioned, but love never dies. Wherever their essence is, they still love each other. And that's the most powerful thing. That's a threat to the oppression of us and the domination of us, is our love for each other. Never forget that. Let me know what you think. I have so much more to say about this, but it's getting dark. Lance Scurv out. On to the next one. And always, 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 unity and peace.